Hi there. So today I would like to share one specific experiment which I did with the autoflower plants, and I will share that what I did when I did it and so. So basically this is the taproot of the apricot autoflower. This one is taproot of gorilla zkittlez. This one is taproot of conch, and this one is taproot of guava. Apricot has been topped for 6 main colas, zkittlez for 4, conch 6 and guava 8. That also means that apricot didn't had topped side branch, nor side branch after first note, nor gorilla, nor conch, only guava. But that's completely okay. All plants has been grew in the same medium, which is Terra Professional soil with the perlite and with the nutrients for first several weeks. The volume which plants had available, so apricot been growing in the double bucket system 15 liters, gorilla zkittlez been in glass cylinder around 6 liters, conch had available 8 liters of soil, and guava around 14 liters. So from perspective of volume of soil, gorilla zkittlez has the least amount and apricot has the highest one. Maybe some of you noticed on the first glance that there is something different about these taproots. Maybe someone noticed and maybe someone don't. I will mention it. So what's different from perspective of taproots is that if you check the structure and the body of taproot, how the taproot is going down, that on each levels apricot has the side roots shooting from the taproot, right, as you go through the levels. The taproot been cut around 1 centimeter below level of soil. Also gorilla zkittlez, conch and guava very similar way. Only conch has a stem from the original plant. Normally I would cut it around here. Also zkittlez has a lot of side roots here. Even the taproot is very small. There were several centimeters above that, maybe 1 or 2. Conch has, for example, also the very nice shooting of the side roots from the main taproot. And guava, let's have a look, has side roots shooting mostly directly above the soil level, which were cut around centimeter on the top as well. And also here is possible to see that how the roots are shooting to the sides. And going below on the levels, these little shootings, these roots are quite thin and not a lot of them. If we compare the different shooting of these roots, so these 3 plants has very nice development and shooting of the roots from all the levels, only guava not. What was different? If soil was the very same for the all plants, there is no difference, right? But yes, there is. So soil, for example, has very little to do with why the guava has so little side roots going through the levels. If you would compare the light, what was the light? I can say basically all plants has the same lights. I'm using either 150 watt light full spectrum, different type of intensities, or for growth stages white blue spectrum until third week. What was different was the nutrients and the timing of the nutrients, and that's very specific. What I want to mention is that because I am growing in the soil and with the perlite, this is not experiment about the hydro, cocoa or any alternate mediums in which possibly this type of plants can grow. This is strictly about the soil and the perlite with all nutrients for first several weeks. What was different? What was the timing of the nutrients when the plants received that, and also the type of nutrients. For example, each plant has been receiving Calmac on daily basis almost from third or the fourth week of the grow, and also the NPK. There have been also some additional nutrients, micronutrients like copper, boron, and so. It's in the description of the other videos, but this video is not about that. It's about the roots. So, for the proper development of the plant by itself, we need proper roots and the root system. Difference was that I've been adding phosphorus to these three plants when I completed the last topping, which was mostly at the day 20 or 21, because second set of the topping I usually complete at that time frame, and at that time frame as well the plant is very small. On the 20th day of grow the plant has really only few leaves, and especially when you top the plant even lesser amount, and she has to recover from that, right? I've been adding not much, but only little amount of the phosphorus after second topping to these three plants, apricot, zkittlez and conch, but not to guava. I wanted to see that what would be the difference in context of the grow, of the trichomes, of the potency, of the terpenes and so. And from the perspective of the harvest, the best harvest of context of volume of trichomes been definitely apricot and gorilla zkittlez and conch. Guava had lesser volume of the trichomes. What it also means is that phosphorus is not only acting as the stimulant of the growth of flowers, but also is directly acting as a stimulant of growing of the roots. But the timing is very important, because if you would add phosphorus to plant when, for example, at the day 10, you can burn those little roots, because really development at this stage is quite slow. After third week of grow, the grow is much more robust and faster, so I started to do it after third week. Only 1 or 2 milliliters adding phosphorus to per 1 liter of water. Because what happens when plant receive little bit more amount of the phosphorus, but she has no flowers where she can put it, right? So she will start to develop more roots. For example, gorilla zkittlez been after second topping on the day 20, quite small, and when I added her the phosphorus on the after third week, she literally created another set of roots within 1 week. At the end of fourth week, the entire volume in which she's been growing was completely full with the new fuzzy roots. You can check it on my channel. All these plants which are here are also on the video. Each plant has own video: guava, conch, zkittlez and apricot. You can check how they look, how the trichomes look, the development, the structure, everything basically. And from my perspective, it's interesting part. So if you want, you can check and try also adding a little bit more phosphorus to your grow after third week, and continue adding until the pistils of the sex of the plant will be shown, and when the first flowers will start appears. It can be very interesting to see if others will be also successful with this type of additional nutrient. But technically, if plant has available a little bit more phosphorus during pre-flower stage, she will definitely create much more roots. And if you are growing in the soil, I will not comment hydrococo or whatever, because I never grew any plant in that type of medium. Hydro is the best, but I'm not doing anything with the hydro, right? From this perspective, the grow was fantastic in all the plants. For example, gorilla zkittlez grew after adding phosphorus, and when she created completely new root system, she grew 90 centimeters in 3 to 4 weeks. Like in 20 to 23 days, she grew literally 90 centimeters. All plants has had 6 colas, 4, 6, 8. Very nice development, trichomes, terpenes, harvest. Everything was super cool. But from perspective of the grow and the volume, these 3 plants had better volume, stickiness than the guava. Even I can say that the guava had very nice and super cool trichomes and everything related to that, terpenes and so. So everyone who is interested, you can try to add a little bit phosphorus, and let's see what will be the outcome. But I definitely recommend it. This is the outcome of my experiment, what I did with these plants and when I did it. So my suggestion is, let's try it after third week and we can have similar results. For me, I definitely grow all plants in this medium with the topping, and also the feeding schedule was according to the needs of the plant during the stage of flowering and bulking up the flowers. But this was, from my perspective, cool experiment to see that how plants will grow and develop. You can check all plants on my channel. Maybe it will be cool for everyone. So thank you for the watching. Bye.